thought I saved that
All right. Well, the recording
dice
has
thing.
the recording has started. Oi, the hellos and the. I need to be more excited with these intros. Oi, hello everybody. Welcome to Lunar. It has been about a month since our last real episode. I
A
should
month?
also probably re-upload the one with specifically just Isaac because the audio there was bad. So I should probably fix that. But right now, we're here to have fun and play D&D. And Thomas, what you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
At the zenith with the unhappy modifier.
And it seems that you
Time
both
to
are
go.
preoccupied. But whatever. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because we're playing Dungeons and Dragons Campaign Lunar. Do you remember what was happening last? Because I do. Actually, I already asked you that, but we weren't recording when that was happening. You got your ass.
Apparently some bullshit where I got punched.
Yeah, you both got your ass beat by a Goliath. Um,
I don't appreciate it.
yeah. Bruno and Taurus are currently doing their own things. Um, you don't really know what they're doing, obviously. You don't even know if they're alive. Wait, well, no, actually, you do know they're alive. Well, it's been a day, and they're trapped on an island. So, you know they were alive about a day ago. So,
Mm-mm.
so there is that. But basically, late into the day. Oh, you're playing Final Fantasy V. Um,
So sorry.
basically late into the day, you get caught in an earthquake. Um,
That sucks.
I said it was
This is
brief,
just
but
all
it's
kinds of bullshit.
oh yeah, absolutely. Um, I did mention that it was kind of a brief situation. It kind of was. It more or less was just like it was a lot of shaking. It didn't last very long compared to like traditional earthquakes, but it did last a significant amount of time. That was definitely very disorienting. It's a freaking earthquake after all, so take that as you will.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
So, um, I don't know. You guys, what are you doing during this great earthquake? This great travesty of earthquakiness.
Yelling obscenities as I fall.
Well, you're not falling.
Uh,
You're just shaking rapidly and violently.
Mm,
Probably just getting
I
dragged.
feel like I'm still. I feel like I'm still yelling obscenities.
That is fully. That is completely justifiable. Most people do not. Most people don't expect to get hit by an earthquake. So, what are you doing, Tylenol?
I'm extremely afraid.
You're
I'm
screamingly
extremely
afraid.
afraid and screaming like, yeah, like screaming like a little girl, even though I'm a big girl.
You're just a little baby. You're a 169-year-old baby.
Man, shut up.
All
You
right,
just can't
so
see things.
um, let's see here. So let's say about like it's relatively early in the afternoon. The earthquake subsides and the shaking slowly goes away. Now what?
Okay. We ask what happened. Check and see if everyone nearby us is okay, and
Okay, so you go back to
yeah, that
camp.
sort of stuff. Yeah, we'll go back to camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with what I was saying. The fuck? It's my way of asking what happened.
Tylenol, do you have any answers to this question? Your wise and big girliness should be wise enough to understand the fuck. The answer. What is the answer to the fuck?
The earth is shaking.
Gasp. Says Vikaru's probably.
I blame the giant.
That is something that Vikaru's probably would say. It's technically a Goliath, but I'm gonna, but I feel like it is very Vikaruzy to just call it something.
Not care about that distinction. Yeah.
Yeah. To just don't not. I'm getting the feeling that Vikaruz is slowly carrying less and less throughout the time. Just I don't know. Either that, or you're just a lazy character writer. I'm calling you out, Father.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, anyways, you guys head back to camp. After Tylenol's wise words of telling Vikaruz what the fuck is, and you meet back up at camp, or more specifically, what's left of it. Clearly, the earthquake did not take very kindly to the fragile structures made through the camp to make up the camp. Most of them were just little stick camps made of some relatively well woven together straws. No longer, however, as much of the stuff is fallen apart. Much of the food that the Aarakocrans had are filled with dirt, and some of them are buried in some sand. So now they're rough and coarse, and sand is everywhere, except for the places where there's just dirt.
Yeah, that sucks.
No one seems harmed. Just a little bit shooken up, because it's a frickin' earthquake. So that's good. That answers your question, Tylenol. As to, like, what happened to everybody. Nobody seems harmed.
That's nice.
Yep.
Okay. Considering the silence, I'm assuming you just go up to them and say nothing?
Yeah. Just go. Well, we're talking to villagers, right?
Oh, you're talking to them?
Single.
Then say stuff.
Yeah. How you doing on this fine day?
They proceed to scream bloody murder. Almost all of them. Not all of them, but they scream.
They
when
said
you say
I'm an asshole.
Should I voice act this? That them screaming just let me try this. Should I do it in the microphone? I think I should do this in the microphone. Okay, so Tylenol says, "How you doing?" Immediate response. Ah! Okay, I do live in this house with other people, but should I turn up the volume a little bit?
Just just immediately cut out after you started screaming.
Okay, yeah, that. So screaming ensues, and it happens for. Okay, let me update my update the clock here. It occurs for several minutes. It occurs for a while. Okay. So, screaming off and on for about 6.5 minutes. And then finally, it stops, and they say, "What happened? Why was there a fucking earthquake?" And they start flapping their wings violently, in panic, kind of. and then start screaming again a little bit, and then stop screaming after a few seconds.
All right. That happened.
Do you blame them? I mean,
It's like they never lived in California before.
the fuck's a California? And they scream again. No. Okay, that's non-canon. That did not happen because Vikaruz does not know about California. That is non-canon.
All right.
What does your bio say, Jared? Keep looking ahead because you know that you should. And don't be sad, it changed because I'm happy that it could. Is that Dr. Seuss?
No, it's on Hopefully.
Okay. You guys, are okay. So you're reacting to them screaming. I don't know. Roll for reaction. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Alrighty. So Elder Teresa says, "Where's my how was that? How did I voice her again? Oh, where's my smoke buddy?" And then she sees Vikaruz and, "Hey, yo, Smoko."
Moko?
Yeah,
My God.
you bummed a cigarette off of me and got high off of it somehow.
It sounds like you're still high.
Well, I was
Smoko?
high by avoiding the earthquake. That's how you do that. You just fly into the air when you feel some shaking. It happens surprisingly rarely, and this one was particularly violent.
I see. Well, not much we can do about that.
Yeah.
So anyways, did you have any luck finding your spell book?
That's right. That's bullshit.
I take it that's your answer.
Yeah, still no spell book.
All right, I'll get you
Still,
some
still some bullshit.
I'll get you a blank spell tomb or something. It does not hold nearly as many magical sheets of paper as yours probably did, but it'll hold you off to memorize some other spell stuff. She gets one from her she gets a small spell tomb from her late shack. It's not really a shack anymore. And then tosses it your way. And maybe Vikaruz catches it. Ow.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't write your characters. I'm trying to keep you guys involved.
I mean, shouldn't I have like a dexterity check or something?
Sure, go ahead. Roll for catching.
I rolled a 7.
Whatever. You caught it. It was not a difficult throw to catch. It's not like she's freaking Goku throwing the Patara earring or anything towards Gohan. Okay. I thought that was funny, but apparently you disagree.
Ha 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 ha.
Sorry, can't be too terribly loud.
Oh, right, yes. Okay, so
I'm only going to be a little bit loud.
anywhere. So, Vikaruz, now you have like a little spell tome. It only has like 6 pages, which should be able to hold, let's say, like 12 spells. Except only 11 because because the first page actually has like a bit of a how-to guide onto how to how to copy spells into it in the cheapest way possible. It's kind of like it's kind of a shitty old model, but like I mean, it should do exactly what she told you it should do. It should be able to hold like 11 spells. Now you just need to
Right.
find like a library or something and make some money so that you can copy them into your spellbook.
All right. Well, let's make some money.
Okay. Maybe you should get off the island first and find your friends.
More like acquaintances.
That's true. Okay, what are you guys going to do at this point? Again, have some involvement here.
We should.
We should go to space. That's what we should do. Find some spell that launches us all into the upper atmosphere and also gives us the ability to breathe.
Yep. Sounds good.
Ethan and Isaac are going to be so surprised when they get back and find out we're in space.
All right. Well, you're gonna figure it out. I don't know. You have some people to ask around, figure out how to do something about that.
I feel like space doesn't pay, and I need money.
Hey, have you ever been to space?
I mean, imagine all the cool things you could find in space, and then,
Like aliens, and then we could fuck them.
or fight them to find some rare materials in space to sell and get money.
Right,
Man.
fight them.
Vikaruz is a terrible
Wrong
person.
F word.
Yeah, you must have misspoke.
Yeah, Vikaruz is a
happens
very
all the time.
terrible person.
I don't understand.
What's there to not understand? You're just a really bad person.
It's bad to want to meet new species and bang them.
To want to meet new
I don't
species,
understand.
absolutely not. To for your first instinct to want to have sex with them, yeah, that's bad people. That's a villain.
I don't understand. Are you understanding what he's trying to say? I don't get the words coming out of
I don't
his
know,
mouth.
he's just kind of some voice in the distance like a narrator.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't technically exist.
Nerd.
Tylenol and Vikaruz very much exist.
Yep.
I don't think he understands. I want to go where no man has gone before. If you know what I mean.
Well, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
All right. Did this conversation genuinely happen, or is it because
As
like
long
I
as
don't
we're all in
exist.
agreement to go to space.
Okay, so you audibly say that you want to go to space.
Yes, that's what I say.
Okay. Maybe we should like have like a telltale sign where like what our characters are saying, or like in character or out of character, like in character, I want to go to space. What the hell's a space?
You need to find some really good alien weapons in space.
Yeah, weapons.
That doesn't answer the question. What is space?
Past the sky.
Wow! I want to go to space. How do you go to space? Shut up, Jeffrey! He smacks him.
We need more weed. We'll get to space.
I don't have any more
Only
weed.
we can get
The
high enough.
earthquake buried all of it, and I can't find anything. I didn't have that
You
much to
said
begin
you
with.
wanted to go high.
I flew to protect myself.
Yep.
You guys just really like the silence.
I don't know what we're supposed to be doing.
Well, you were
We
having a
need to look and spell
conversation a second
and see if
ago
we can
about wanting to go
find.
to space and getting high, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the birds basically tell you something along the lines of, "We don't even know what space is." Do you? So, using logic, I don't know, roll for logic, I guess. You could probably deduce maybe they don't know how to get to space.
Do you
We
you
should.
know you know that giant glowing white ball at night? That's space.
I see it. Ah, my eyes!
Oh, not the red ball. The white one at night.
Oh! You know, somebody once said that once you look at it, like, if it's full, like a big ass circle, you might turn into a giant monkey.
Um, I think you're confusing this world with another.
What world are you talking about?
One with monkeys.
Let's see.
Okay. So, what can I do you for? Could you, do you want to leave or do you want to help us rebuild our camp? Because you're kind of just,
Ooh.
because you're still standing there.
I'm still standing.
We gotta find some way to get to space, man. Find cool weapons and cool aliens to meet. I mean, I want to meet them. Vickers probably wants to do some other horrible things.
Obviously, I want to meet them too, and then do something else. That
Because
starts with an F.
Yeah,
Fight them.
Vikaruz is Goku confirmed. It's like Tylenol wants to meet
Goku.
the aliens. Vikaruz wants to fuck them. Goku wants to fight them.
I'm. I don't think I'm Goku. I would be Yamcha
Has Yamcha ever wanted to frickin'
or
alien?
Krillin or Krillin. Krillin. I mean, android alien. What's the difference?
We had Taurus for a second there.
Again, whatever floats your boat.
I guess so. Alright, anyways. So you guys just had this conversation. They're still rebuilding their camp, making attempts to. Sand is getting everywhere, so while you both are having this conversation, with a couple of the Aarakocras, some sand gets like thrown your way by accident. Think of like a parent splashing their child in a small swimming pool, only instead of water it's sand. And
Oh, I
it's
see.
unintentional.
Yep. So, you ever heard that sound of Springtrap?
Springtrap?
I don't remember the
Yeah.
sounds of the spring trap, but I know that it.
Yeah.
Oh, spring trap, not spring lock. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the sound of a spring lock, a horrible thing. This dude's in agony. That's the sound we make when we get splashed with sand.
like spring locks and like zoinks. Ugh!
Oh, like Zoink Scoop. The Scooby snacks are causing the spring locks to go off.
Okay, so you guys are still standing here, covered in sand, just continuing to have a conversation. Um, Also, the dichotomy of like Bruno and Taurus trying to get off their respective islands to meet up with each other. Meanwhile, you both are over here just standing there, getting covered in sand. You know what? You know what? The more you just talk here and have complete silence, the more you're gonna get buried under sand while these birds are trying to rebuild their camp.
Ikaroos, can you fly at all? Or do you know any flying spells, perchance?
I mean, right now I don't know any of them. That's why I want to get money.
See. So we
I
just
just
need money.
I just got a new spell book, and I have to learn new spells.
I
Yeah.
shout at the birds, "Yo, if we help you rebuild, will you pay us?"
No, you think we have money?
I suppose that was a stupid question. I say, and then retreat.
Okay. As you whisper that to yourself, another like a clump of sand from a tree above you just drops right on top of you, burying both of your guys, both of you into the like almost completely. Vikaruz's top of Vikaruz's head is still visible, but you're like buried in sand now.
Oh, well.
Awesome.
So now what?
Just how I wanted to live my life.
Oh no, the memes board. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, you're not dead, but you can't breathe. You have to like pull the sand off of you. It's not that heavy. Oh,
Just more bullshit.
oh, hi Tylenol. What just happened?
Sorry, my Discord crashed.
Oh, is it because you sent such a powerful GIF?
Probably, yes.
Okay. Um. Well, anyways, though, are you just gonna let yourselves be buried underneath a bunch of sand?
No, we dig ourselves out.
Do you
I was
also
gonna
dig?
cry a little longer.
All right. So the birds
But
basically.
like a manly, angry cry.
So the birds basically
Of course.
hear a muffled crying from Vikruz's side of the sand lump. And but then they see like a hand coming out of the mound. Obviously it's Tylenol. It's just like like a zombie coming out of the sand and just like, you know, pulling the sand off of her, whatnot. I don't know. Describe how you pull the sand off of you, Tylenol.
The sand off of Vikarus?
Okay, you pull it off of him, and he's crying. He's like, I don't know. Vikaruz, describe your crying.
Manly.
Cool.
Yes.
Tylenol, you pull the
More bitching than crying.
okay. Tylenol, to rephrase that, you pull the sand off of Vikaruz, and he is bitchy, manly crying. I don't
He is
know.
bawling,
What does that sound
absolutely
like?
bawling.
Let's go.
This fucking bullshit.
Like,
First we get a damn
okay,
earthquake, and now I'm covered in sand. I got sand in my ass. This is bullshit.
Tylenol, you just heard about the sand in Vikaruz's ass, I guess.
Oh
Um,
boy.
so, you guys are still here. You've basically been standing here for, let's see here, um, about 20, about 23 minutes, in world time. And,
Okay.
nothing productive has been happening. So, do you want to do anything productive? Because Vikaruz wants money. This village does not have any money, and Tylenol wants to go to space apparently. And there's no conceivable way you can actually do that on this island with the stuff you have on this island.
Mm.
Okay.
So you use your brain. I'm not playing this game. You
We
guys are
need to
playing
get
mine.
off the island. We need to get
Good
off the island
job. Now,
to
how are
find
you going to get off the
find
island?
materials to get us to space.
Okay, how are you going to
Like
get off the
Swiss
island?
Family Robinson Space Edition.
Okay, so how are you going to
Oh,
go into space?
we need to get money so that Vikarus can find a spell book that lets us breathe air somehow in space and
Mhm.
launch us far enough into the upper atmosphere to get to space. And we need to do
Right.
this before Ethan or Isaac show up.
Okay. So you plan on doing all of this within the confines of this dinky little island?
Not really.
Okay. So you're going to leave the
Maybe there's
island then?
treasure. Could be treasure.
So you're going to leave the island then?
Yep. We need a
Okay.
boat.
All right. You don't have a boat. So how are you going to make a boat or get a boat or what?
Check our pockets. What useful things do we have? Do we have any axes, perchance?
You have a bunch of sand in your pockets.
Sand, when heated up, makes glass. Picaroos, do you have any basic fire spells?
I don't think I have any spells, do I?
You have firebolt
Do I
as
have
a
anything
cantrip.
like...
Yeah, you have
So do
cantrip.
I have my cantrips?
Yes, cantrips are spells you can cast at will, and they cost nothing.
Okay. Then I have... Yes, I have Firebolt.
Okay.
Okay.
I have... Let's see. 1 second. Let me pull up my sheet here. I have... Why is this not showing anything? What the hell's up with my thing?
You have
Everything's blacked out. What the fuck?
What happened?
My... Oh. I gotta click on it. For some reason, everything's blacked out on my page.
Oh. Yeah, you have firebolt, mage hand, and poison spray.
This is correct. It's like I accidentally put some kind of filter hiding all my stats.
Oh. Weird.
I don't know how to fix that.
Very peculiar. Alright, I don't think there's anything in your pockets aside from a bunch of sand. Tylenol, you have endless pockets, kind of. Um, hmm. And you also have
neat.
Chill Touch, Mending, and Druid Craft as cantrips, as well as Speak with Animals, Create or Destroy Water, Healing Word, and Detect Magic as spells.
So we
You should
don't
have
have
more than
any
that, I
fire
think.
cantrips.
No, you don't.
That rules out making a glass boat.
I mean, Vikarus has a fire cantrip.
Yes.
Beakers, we need to make a boat out of glass.
Out of glass?
Yes. We got a ton of sand after all.
So I
I don't
might
know if it's quite as easy as on Minecraft, but
I'd have to also bring up um, why you would do this when there is wood on this island. There are trees. You hid into the woods to camp. You are in the woods in a camp. There are a mound of sand I have described fell from a tree onto your heads.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what the problem is.
Okay, so you cast firebolt on some
Wood.
sand. Um, all right. So do you cast the firebolt while there's sand in Tylenol's hand?
Uh, I feel like I'm not that big of an asshole. That seems like a really asshole thing to do.
Alrighty then. Um, okay, so you wait for her to like put the sand on the ground, and then you cast the firebolt. Am I correct in this assumption?
Yes.
Okay. You cast a firebolt. Nothing seems to happen to the sand except it's very hot.
Okay.
Seriously, what is the I don't know what the name of the point would be where sand turns into glass. How hot? Actually, let me do this on the recording. How hot does sand have to be to turn to glass? To turn sand into glass, you need to heat it to approximately 1700 degrees Celsius. Your fireball is not that hot, though.
Always try making a kiln of sorts.
You want to make it kiln?
Yeah, we could try making it. Or just use wood. We could just use wood. After all, we are in a hurry.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Good deduction skill. Actually, that seems like a very
So let's.
very uh brain intensive thing. You might need to roll for intelligence on this. No, I'm kidding. But man,
We just need to go to the. We just need to go to some trees and punch them. That's how you get wood. I know this.
all right, that sounds like you guys. Alrighty then, cool. We've reached a decent understanding here. So you guys go to some trees. Do you go far out into the woods, or do you just start smacking at some trees like nearby the camp?
I mean, I'm mostly
Uh,
joking.
Okay, you're joking. Good, thank you. I'm going to treat your word as well as I do Jared's word. What was that, Tylenol?
I mean, whatever you say. Nothing. So let's go find us some trees.
Alrighty then.
Let's go to the middle of the forest. Kind of make a clearing where
Okay,
we can build our spaceship.
cool. So how do you, so describe to me how you, lop off these trees. How you accumulate
I
the wood
think I
for
have
them.
an axe of sorts, right?
Um, I think that's right. What does your thing say? What you have? That's Tylenol. Okay, I don't have it on this thing here, but man, what are your brothers doing? It's been like an hour. Um,
I'm not sure.
I feel like you have like a sword or something.
Yeah, whatever works. Just something to cut down the trees.
Right. Do you start singing, "It's shaping up to be a wonderful holiday, not your normal average everyday"?
What the hell?
Oh, I mean, we gotta have our Christmas celebration in D&D somehow, even if it is a bit too late.
uh, it's very late actually. It's April in game.
In ge-
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally spring in the game.
Mm,
Okay, so
cool.
so Tylenol starts smacking away at some trees with with I believe like a sword of some sorts. Whatever blade she has. Was it a cutlass? I feel like it was a cutlass. Vikaru's. I don't even think you have like a stick. You might have a stick. You might have a staff or something. I don't remember. But you do have some cantrips. So describe to me how you um, take down these trees.
Firebolt.
That will be a very bad idea. I just want to say that offhand.
I don't understand why.
Okay, so Vikarus casts.
I
Huh?
Oh, because we need to gather the wood, man. We can't just
I cast
burn it.
Mage Hand and have the Mage Hand whack
You
at the tree.
have poison
My
spray.
hand.
Poison spray will not cause a forest fire.
I don't think poison is gonna hurt a tree.
Well, trees are
Why?
alive.
Why wouldn't it hurt the tree?
I don't know. It's poison.
It'll like
Is it corrosive?
a little bit, yeah. I mean, it'll if you like throw it at the like at the bottom of the tree and it'll like lock and then like have it timber downwards. I don't know. You probably haven't. Vickers probably has never tried it. I mean, it's a cantrip. You don't really. It doesn't cost you anything to try. It does cost you a lot to try a firebolt, especially when it'll cause a forest fire on these innocent Aarakocrans. Especially one who gave you some blunts.
Fine. Try poison spray.
All right. Well, it works. It lopped down the tree. Okay, cool. You guys have a tree now to work with.
Hooray.
We need to cut it into boards. Find some mud to plug between the boards. That way it can.
Okay, Tylenol successfully cuts down her tree. Somewhat fast. She's 4th level. She's strong, so she should be really good at doing this.
Yeah.
The cutlass, of course, does not break because she's Tylenol. Yep. Okay, so so now you have 2 lopped off trees. Tylenol just described to you what you can be doing, Vikarus. Get your hands dirty.
Mud.
mud.
Get some mud.
All right.
We need mud to plug between the planks. That way the boat won't fill with water and sink.
All right.
We also
And
need some steel, some fuel, stuff to create an engine of sorts.
an engine.
Just kidding.
How skilled do you think we are?
It can't be that hard.
All right.
What's the one engine called? Wobbler engine? It's like a steam engine.
So okay. So outside, in the camp, one of them says, "Hey, maybe we should probably check up on those two. They're really dumb." Okay, fine. One of them goes off and follows your footsteps, and they see that there is a boat, and it looks relatively good. Now
Huzzah!
and they see Tylenol and Vikarus really really proud of themselves. It took you guys.
Look at us go.
Yep. Aren't you proud of yourselves? Vikarus, have you forgotten?
So proud.
Have you forgotten that there's a possibility that your dad might be dead?
He was a dick.
Okay, cool.
He went out for cigarettes and never came back.
I thought he killed your mom.
And murdered my mom while he was at it. Does a lot.
Yeah, he was a bit of a dick.
A little bit of a dick.
All right. Okay. So it took you about 5 hours, but you got yourself a fun little raft. And the Aarakocran who bless you, who the Aarakocran who looked on you sees the boat and is like, "Wow, that's really impressive." Quick question though, how are you going to get this into the lake? We're in the middle of the woods.
We need someone with...
What?
Or better yet, we could enlist, Ethan and Isaac's help without them knowing what the heck we're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just call it our secret project or whatever.
All right.
Project being to go to space.
Well, let me text on the group chat to ask them.
You need brute force
what
to
the
get the thing into the frickin'...
All right. I've spoken the 2 words of wisdom. Ow. Very engaging episode, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Building a boat so we can build a spaceship.
Yep. All right. So, well, I mean, Tylenol is kind of built on her own right. She has a strength score of what? 15. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Okay.
Although somehow she only weighs 105 pounds, which makes no sense to me for someone to be like have a strength score of like 15, be 5'9", apparently have large boobs, and be 105 pounds. Jared, that is not how biology works.
Big. I said my heart was big. Ethan was the one who said that.
Okay.
I'm the one who said my heart was big.
Cool. So thank you for that discrepancy. I should probably edit your character's artwork.
Just say regular sized or whatever.
Good to
Doesn't
know.
quite matter to me
This
particularly much.
still doesn't make sense for a 5'9" woman with a strength score of 15 to be only 105 pounds. It doesn't make sense for a combat for a woman who is inept with combat, who is also 5'9" tall, to be 105 pounds. That's not how biology works. Unless there are parts of her body that are apparently made of helium. Maybe that's how you get into space. You have large boobs, but the boobs are made of helium or something.
Well, that might work.
Alright, so you guys are currently in the middle of the woods. And you need to get this boat into the water. Do you have any ideas?
Taurus.
Taurus is not with you guys right now.
Let's see. We could ask the villagers for help.
Okay. So, upon asking, the villager who is currently with you says, "That's a good idea. I'll go get them real quickly." And then he does that, and he comes back with a few more villagers, and they attempt to lift it. They lift up one side collectively, and they ask if you could lift up the other side.
We comply.
Do you also comply, Vikarus?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So now you shimmy. You start shimmying with the boat on your backs, and eventually make it to the water. And success has been made. Congratulations. Wait,
Huzzah.
who's this? Taurus! Hello!
We're just late. We could have used you to lift the boat into the water, dang it.
I mean,
No, you guys started. I thought you guys were waiting.
we're in the town square. We've been in the town square for an hour. Also, we're still waiting on Bruno, but that's okay. So, this is a great place to cut away towards Taurus. I'm not sure what's going on with Ethan. Are you currently in the same house with him?
Yeah, I think he's talking to the parents.
To the parrots or the parrots?
Parents.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. So basically Taurus has made himself a boat. You've already gone through all of the semantics with the earthquake. And you sail, and you eventually make your way towards an island. Before you reach the island, you see to your far left a figure waving your way.
Well, I guess we'll try to get closer to the figure. Do I still have my bird friend?
Yes, the child is in the boat with you. He's long since fell asleep while in the boat, while sailing. So
Yep.
So he's just asleep.
I guess I will try to make my way towards him. The
All right.
figure that is.
You continue to sail towards him.
I ready to play.
What was that?
I think
Oh, okay. So he's doing his thing. So you guys have your boat ready. Tylenol and Vicarus.
I'm back.
Okay. All right. So he's still talking. Okay, so you make your way towards the figure, and you can just manage to make out it's Bruno.
All right.
And you see that there is that he's made his own kind of raft. Well, he's in the process of doing so. But then you notice that he's pointing behind you, trying to scream something that you can't really hear, that you can't really make out in the distance. But he's pointing behind you.
Well, I will look back to see what it is.
It's a really big ass ship. Well, it's not like a big ass ship. It's like it's like something the size between a boat and a ship. It's much bigger than your raft, and it's coming towards you, faster than your raft is moving.
How far away would you say our boat is from land?
I'd say about 350 feet.
Well, I wish to summon my trident and use it as a oar.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Mm. Says 5.
Okay, so 5. That plus your strength. Which is 3. Which is plus 3. So that's an 8. So your comically large muscles do not save you this time, and you eventually you find that the ship is right behind you, rapidly approaching. If you do not act quick, both you and the young bird is going to get run through by this giant ass ship. What do you do about this? In Vicarus's words, this bullshit.
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna try to jump off and swim for it.
May I remind you of the young little birdling?
Yeah, I'll use him as a floaty.
Wait, what?
That's the spirit.
What? He's asleep. You won't even notice until he's being dragged underneath the water. You psycho.
Don't worry, I'm joking. I won't kill him.
Okay, that's good. Again, because he's asleep, he wouldn't even notice until it's too late.
If he didn't want to be a floaty, then he should have stayed awake.
Okay.
I'll just grab onto him and, grab him and jump into the water and hold on to him.
Okay, cool. So, you narrowly escape the big boat. The ripples of the water quickly drag you outside of its range, but the little raft you were in isn't so lucky, as it completely shatters against the hull of the ship. And and you hear some yelling from atop the boat, saying, "Who is that?" You just hear a bunch of yelling on top of the ship. Um, and then finally, you you see somebody looking over the edge of the ship, and what you see is a Goliath.
So, a really big person?
A really big dude. He's about 8 feet tall. You can't really tell from this angle because you're down in the water and he's up on the ship. But it's pretty obvious that he's big.
Um, can we come aboard? We kind of ran over our little raft.
You notice that his head that the Goliath disappears back onto the ship and says some stuff, and then a ladder is thrown over the edge of the ship.
I attempt to throw the Birdman onto the ship.
Okay. Make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Wouldn't that be a strength check? Because I'm throwing him?
An athletics check is like a strength check, but it's a skill check. So since like you're swimming and you're trying to do something that's more athletic in nature, like throwing something while in the water, then that's an athletics check, which is derived from your strength.
I rolled a freaking 6.
Okay, so 11. So you managed to throw the bird in, and he makes it about halfway up the vertical distance, and luckily he's awake, so he manages to fly the rest of the distance, but he almost hit the edge of the ship. You basically threw him at the ship, and he was like, "Oh no, 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 no!" And he manages to fly a little bit, which should give you a little bit of pride because he wasn't able to really fly very well. But he latched onto the ladder and climbed back up it.
Well, I will swim for the ladder then and
Okay, so you successfully
climb
do
it.
so, and you make it on top of the ship, and you see a bunch of scummy looking dudes, the same Goliath dude, except you see that instead of his right arm, there is a shark where his right arm should be. It's obviously dead,
Right.
but it's stitched to where his right arm should be.
Okay.
Much of the inhabitants of the ship are of varying races. A couple of them are dwarves or halflings. Many of them are humans, but some of them are clearly like inbred for some reason.
Well, they are seamen.
They are seamen, I guess. And the leader seems to be the most well kept, although his face is kind of like messed up a little bit. It's got a lot of scar tissue. Part of the left side of his lip is stitched together, so it doesn't look like he can open all the way. He's missing a couple fingers on his left hand, and his right hand is covered in scars, kind of like Deku. So and he's balding in a couple spots as well. But for the most part, he's got some really nicely combed hair, and he has some, I guess, British types of common clothes on him, And aside from that, like most of them are relatively normal looking of their respective race. I don't want to say normal looking. That sounds weird.
All right.
But anyways, you are now on the ship. Um, one of them is who seems to be like another Goliath, but slightly more human looking. Like he's smaller than the shark arm Goliath. Um, and his skin color is more in tune with that of like a like of our world's type of Hispanic human. And he's holding on to the little bird friend. And he just seems to be like content with it. He's like, "Hello, we're on a ship. This is a ship, Taurus. This is a ship, Isaac Chan."
Does he actually call you that?
No, it's not canon, but I thought it would be funny.
Okay.
Can you let my bird parrot guy go?
What's his name?
What is his name? I can't.
Okay. Do you actually ask that? Like, what is your name?
I think he's just asking you.
Okay. You do not know his name. You never technically got his name. I mean, you did, but like you never really thought of it as his name. His name is Kid.
Okay, kid.
Okay. So technically you don't know that, so you would realistically ask what his name is, and he would answer.
Well, I said that as in I don't know his name.
Okay.
So I said, okay, kid. As in, I.
All right.
Out of character, I found out what his name was.
All right. Cool. Okay, so that conversation happens, and he says, Kid, eh? All right, whatever. You can have him. Your fate will now be decided by the boss." And then he kind of sits crisscross applesauce on like a bench of the ship, while it continues to rock, kind of like just continuing to run. Like you can feel the shaking of it still running over the planks of your most proud work yet. Well, former proud work. The ship is currently running over and dismantling your fun little dinghy. So he has tossed Kid back over your way, Taurus.
Well, I grab onto him and catch him to support him because I'm sure he's probably off balance.
Right. You look over. You notice on your periphery that the captain man takes a step up and says, "Hello, young one. What is your name?"
I am Taurus Willowwood of the mountains.
Taurus of the mountains, and Kid, the young Aarakocran. I see.
He's my apprentice of sorts.
I see. You seem quite young yourself. You must be quite skilled.
I know my way around.
All right. My name is Elric. And he's cut off by someone saying, "Hey, look, there's another one over there. I think he's also a human." He points over to the shore.
Yes, he's one of my accomplices. Could we pick him up
As you're saying this, you notice that Bruno is like running over to try to hide from them, like hide behind a rock.
Yeah. Do we go help him too? We were separated few days ago.
Yeah, you notice that a couple of the members are like looking at each other and nodding to themselves. Um, as one of them goes over to the wheel of the ship and like kind of like tilts to the right to go into over to the shore, and then finally they yell like yeah. They say um hey Taylor, you should go onto the island, and the what's his the big guy with the shark arm states, I'm not going back onto the islands, man. I lost an arm to a couple of dinguses. He's like, fine, freaking baby. And he jumps onto the island, and he continues forward. Now, this would really be great if we have Ethan, cause
Ethan!
is he still talking?
You're up! He said he'll be here soon.
Okay. Well, in the meantime,
Let's just.
Bruno proceeds to effing die. No, I'm kidding. Uh, so, okay. I would also like to mention that, while this all is happening, at this exact point, Tylenol and Vikaruz both finish making their dinghy and are moving towards the shore. So that's happening over there, and you guys are. This is all happening over here. So
Good. Neat.
so one of them, who appears to be a gnome. You've never seen a gnome in your life. Since you've only lived in Red Vantage, you've only seen like humans and dwarves and maybe elves on the occasion. The gnome walks up to you and says, "Hello, sir."
Hello.
My name's Golem.
Golem?
Yeah, kind of. It's like Golem, but with a bit more of an A and a U in the common language. It's kind of funny. I think it is.
Nothing funny about a name, unless you're named after a medicine, like one of my associates.
That does sound funny.
The medicine is named after me.
Yes. Let's shake on it, pal.
Okay.
Alright, you shake his hand and feel an electric shock.
Wait, never mind. I was thinking, don't I have like something as an Eldritch Knight to, be able to
To like resist
counter
it?
that? Because I have some magical property. I don't remember them all.
Let's see.
Wait.
You have Acid Splash and Blade Ward. So you could basically be like, prick, and then throw some acid at him.
Okay. Well, I take the shock, surprisingly. Oh, I'd like to take the shock surprisingly well, considering, it's only a bit of mere electricity.
Isn't that funny?
I guess.
Alright.
It kind of
What?
tickled.
Uh, I'm sure it did. Oh, hello there.
No, sorry I was late. I
I'm
was
about to save you, Ethan.
what?
I'm about to save you.
Or
Am I in
translation.
trouble?
Translation: one of the people on a ship that you know is hostile, but Bruno does not. But Taurus does not. Um, Taurus, one of the people just ran after you, and Taurus is currently shaking hands with what seems to be the Joker and Gnome style. um, so so while you're doing that, okay, Taurus, are you actually like going to help Bruno?
I mean, I'm planning on it.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Let me turn
we're
back the clock.
accomplices, and I guess I don't know that they're bad guys yet.
Yeah. Let me turn back the clock a little bit um, to see Bruno's perspective on this. So basically, Bruno finished making a raft. An earthquake happened and it fell apart. Um,
Yes, I recall with some bitterness.
and then as you begin making another one, as you're finishing it, a you notice a figure on a small little dinghy, um, going towards a shore far left of you. Um, now,
Far
I'm
to the left.
yeah. From this
Right.
point on, I kind of assumed your actions. So let me know if I got anything wrong. I basically had your character
So
like what?
this is one that I know is hostile.
No, the dinghy, um, you do not know is hostile. You figure it's one of your comrades. And you like wave your
Yeah.
arms.
I could also assume that it's the ship that attacked us because I do know there was a ship that did that.
Well, right. Um, well, this is like a dinghy, not a ship. Um, and there's like a small figure on it. Um, and you like so you waved your arms back and forth, and the small dinghy moves towards you, and then you realize that there's a ship moving towards the dinghy. At this point, you notice that it's Taurus, but you start pointing behind you until Taurus finally realizes that the ship is directly behind him, and he jumps out with another figure that you can't quite make out, but you realize that it's an Aarakocra, get a little upset, but the ship kind
I
of moves past you before, but like
I suppose I don't think I'd be terribly upset about seeing an Eric Cochran.
um
I mean,
all
if they're
right,
intelligent enough to talk, then they're intelligent enough to not always be hostile.
right, that's
Well,
that's a fair assessment.
theoretically.
At this point though, like noticing that the ship is like closing in on your location, even if it is moving past you, you try to run to hide, um hoping that like you can
Yeah.
because you do
I
not
would probably
see.
try. Well,
Yeah, you.
I try to make myself scarce, but the big thing would be getting the raft either out of view or as inconspicuous as possible.
Right.
Because I am very unlikely to be seen on the shoreline, but the raft, that's another story.
Right. Okay, so you do that. I also figured that since you saw Taurus and the figure jump into the water, that you wanted to try to find an opportunity to go after him as well after the ship passed by.
Yeah. Because I know that if I go out while the ship is there, I'll just lose the raft for, at this point in time, if I'm keeping track, the third time. Because the
Right.
first raft we built got shot down by the ship. The second raft I built got washed away by surprise earthquake, and this would just be the third raft I lose.
And then that GIF, yes.
The the poor Clash of Clans dude, just like looking like he is about to lose his mind as a cannonball destroys him.
All right. So as you go to hide, with the raft, you notice that one of the people in the ship jump into the water, and you notice that it's not a Goliath, or anything like that. I mean, you don't know about the Goliath,
So they're
friend.
normal sized, or normal sized individual.
Kind of. They're a bit taller.
Yeah.
So it's
I assume that if I really wanted to make something out, I'd probably have to make a perception check at that distance.
yeah, especially
Because
since you're like panicking and trying to hide yourself with the dinghy,
yeah,
with the
his
raft.
visibility does go down surprisingly difficult. Goes down surprisingly far when it comes to water distances.
Right. I mean, it's not like too distant. Like it's relatively close to the shore, but like say like 70, 80 feet from the shore, and you're also quite a distance away from the shore, like say another 50 feet, trying to hide behind some rocks. Bless you.
100 feet really isn't far.
Okay.
In fact, depending on the size of the ship, it would probably be difficult for it to actually get that far. That close to the shore, I mean.
Right. Well, anyways, you notice that somebody is jumping into the water and swimming in your direction.
All right. Is this where we leave off? And I start to take over? Or
yes, this is. Yeah, this is basically where we left off.
all right.
That's basically what your character knows, as well.
All right. Well, I see a ship, and I do know from the first time my raft got destroyed that there is a waterborne hostile, and the ship looks like the only one large enough to mount the cannons that destroyed our first raft.
Yeah.
So I would prepare for combat, but I apparently have good enough eyesight that I know Taurus is out there.
Is Hikaru snoring? It sounds like he's snoring.
No, he's just
I
farting
think
into his
I think
mic.
Dad is asleep.
I wouldn't blame him. I'm dead tired. It's kind of funny though, so let's let him. It's just like, and then I moved to cut off his head.
All right.
Anyways, so
This sounds like something that
So-
would go on the meme channel. Let's do that. And I'm recording this happening. And the recording is hearing this. I don't know what meme would go great. Keep talking. Do your thing.
I think. Wait, is it my turn?
well,
We're not in combat, so there's no
Oh, he's in
turns at
combat?
the moment.
oh yeah, he's in a combat.
Okay.
But
Basically, currently, in the timeline, Taurus is currently getting zapped, giving a handshake to a gnome. So you aren't currently going after the dude. Anyways, what just happened? Oh, you're posting on the
Message.
ye old general chat.
Oh,
yeah, that's not the news channel.
I'll put it in the meme board then.
Right. Yeah. Let me find the perfect one here. Oh right, if there it is. Yes. All right. Oh, that's appropriate since Dad posted that same GIF a while ago. It's just that you snore a little. What? Oh, hi, Dad. Are you awake?
Ooh.
Hi, Dad. We we could hear you snoring.
Check the memes board.
Anyhow,
I don't see him. Oh, there it is.
Is that from Brave?
no.
I think it's Frozen.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
it,
Big Hero
it looks like it
6.
could be Frozen. Not Brave though.
Big Hero 6.
oh,
Brave has absolutely no wallpaper anywhere in the movie. I can assure you of that.
all right. So, anyways, so what? So you're currently going to hide, and you notice somebody coming towards you. What now?
Well, at this point, I'm going to assume that I've already been spotted,
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm going to prepare for combat, but I'm going to leave my raft back where I put it, because, if I were to go out on the open sea with that thing, well, open lake, because it isn't exactly a sea, the raft has no offensive capabilities whatsoever, so the only way I could do an attack is to get within boarding range, and I already know the enemy ship has actual cannons. The raft is a death sentence, so I'm going to stay on the shore.
Okay.
But I am going to prepare for combat on the shore.
All right.
Because I can make myself a small enough target that their artillery is useless.
Right.
Well, can we get back to
So-
the ship? I need to do an analysis on these guys.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm covering Bruno since he's the only person I haven't covered yet. You're in the timeline. You're currently getting zapped by a handshake, Taurus. So while Bruno's doing this, Taurus is deciding to himself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm going to ready my halberd.
Okay.
There's not much else as I want to do as far as spells go,
All right.
because I'll wait to actually cast something like spiritual weapon once combat starts.
Okay. So at this point, Taurus, you are done being zapped. Do you make any decisions, or are you still like, I think I'll go save Bruno eventually? As your.
I mean, I know the guys going after Bruno, and so far they, I guess, seem to be friendly enough. But I guess I want to know more about them
all
in a
right.
way. So I need to just like. So what is the ship like? So what's the main deck look like?
The main deck looks like a regular main deck. It's a ship. There's like a couple trapdoors that lead to under the deck.
Of course, you
And there's
probably won't
plenty-
be able to see that from his vantage point.
Yeah, there's plenty. Bruno would know that that's probably where you go to the cannons for firing on little dinghies.
Gun deck.
But he's not here at the
Right,
moment.
so
What?
if it's got a gun deck actually beneath it, and it's probably a quite sizable ship then.
Right. It's not too big, but it's still a big boy.
Yeah.
Big boat.
If it's got an actual proper gun deck, then it's a fairly substantial naval threat.
What does that have to do with anything, Isaac?
I just thought it was funny because it's VeggieTales, you know. I'm trying to find like pirates who don't do anything, you know.
Instead, you got the pirates who have to do things because they're in slavery, and if you don't do things, you get capital punishment. Anyways, all right. So whoa, whoa, Larry. um, so on the deck of the ship, you just don't get it. So on the deck of the ship, you see you do see a bunch of benches that are currently being occupied. One of the few spots is being taken up by Kid. Um, and also there's a plank, like an actual ship plank. They legitimately have a plank.
Okay.
So they're fairly undisciplined pirates, then, I'm assuming.
Pretty much.
If they're leaving their plank out, then they probably don't have much professionalism.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's a trophy from your last maybe it's a trophy from your guys' dinghy. Shot a cannonball at it, and they're like, you know what? I want one of these planks, and I'm just gonna put it over here for decoration. All right. So, anyways, though, Taurus, this is the deck of the ship. There's also a steering wheel up there, and some decorative stuff on the hull of the ship. And then the edge of the ship where you see an island. I know what must be done. Okay. So now what?
Oh, can you guys take us to the nearest port? I ask, trying to find out what their intentions could be.
No, we got Jimmy John Jones heading towards the unsuspecting human.
All right,
We'll just keep circling
Wi-Fi
over the
hiccups.
island. I really want some bird food. And don't worry, I'm not going to eat you. He points at Kid. You're prepubescent. So, to you, this probably what?
Oh, do they have? I'm gonna ask. Do they have any like rowboats or anything?
Of course not.
So it's not that type of ship.
If it's a thingy, I'd assume it's pretty small, and it's more likely to be capable of making the approach to land itself rather than relying on shuttlecraft.
Well, next time, can you just drop us off at like the nearest port, soon, after we find the rest of my accomplices?
Your accomplices.
I'm gonna get something to eat, so I'll be back.
Okay, you do you. What do you mean accomplices? You've been saying that word a lot lately. What do you mean your accomplices?
Well, there's my friend down there,
Oh, so he's your
who?
friend.
And then I have two more people in my group. Well, three more people in my group, I guess.
Using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means. All right. What did you say, Taurus? I'm sorry.
I have my good friend down there, and I have a few more friends up and about in this massive body of water. Could you help us find them, and then take us to the nearest dock, or just to the shore?
I'm sure we'll convene in our own ways. Your friend down there seems to have his own little boat, so he'll probably take him over to where we are. Do you know where your two, he does this in air quotes, accomplices are?
I'm not sure. I was hoping you guys would know this area pretty well.
That's a good point. Uh, hey Ryan. He points over to the shark-armed Goliath. Did you meet any accomplices? He said, "Yeah, one of them bloody took my arm off." Yeah, you did mention that.
What did that accomplice look like?
There was only one? What do you... How would you describe... Wait, no. How would you describe the, accomplice?
Well, he might not be mine, then, if he took your arm off. And if he was alone.
Well, he wasn't alone. He was on the taller side, definitely not as tall as me. He had white hair, and he was with this elf lady, who called a bunch of sharks to rip my arm off.
I do know the elf lady, and is the other one Vikaroo's, or is Vikaroo's younger than that? And, you know.
I have white hair.
You
He's
do,
young,
or
he
don't?
just has white hair.
I do
Okay.
have white hair.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's you that took his arm?
I don't remember taking someone's arm, but
No, that
It was the
was
sharks that-
technically Tylenol. Tylenol called a bunch of sharks to rip his arm off.
Okay, then, yeah, that sounds like my accomplices. I never said they were my friends, but accomplices. I at least care about
Ow.
enough to, well, if I say that they're my friends, then the pirate guys could kill me.
You don't need to explain. Go on.
All right.
I apologize for that. Did you try to attack them?
Yeah.
Or
No, I can't say that I do.
okay, I personally, I apologize for their behavior.
They were
Like I
so
said.
mean to me. I was just minding my own business, and then one of them just decided to tell some sharks to... Man, they were so mean. All right, buddy.
Well, women
I get you. I get you.
Women can be like that.
I get you. I get you. I don't think we're in any threat right now. You can tell them the truth. All right, fine. I punched one in the face, and then I punched the other in the face. Really, really fucking hard.
that asshole.
I have no regrets.
Okay, so
My
Justified
only
it.
regret is that I didn't walk away with both my fucking arms. Is that fine? I'm really sour about it.
oh, again, I apologize about your arm.
I don't believe you.
Well, I'm not them. I'd say I'm a bit more rational than they are.
I would believe
Okay,
you.
Isaac, you can't see it now, but I am really shooting you a look.
I'd say I'm more rational than Vikaroo's and Tylenol.
All right.
Tylenol's a female, so they know how females think. And then
What? A couple of like, similar looking ladies with like different colored hair like pop out from a couple of trapdoors and like, hey, like simultaneously.
Not you guys, just female elves.
A female elf comes comes up from one of the trapdoors and says, "Hey."
Female elves that are named after medicine.
She continues looking at you, points at her ears the way and they look the same that most high elves do.
My name's Jardians. It's also
Elves
medicine,
that
if
live-
anybody didn't know.
Elves that live on land, not sea elves.
A mermaid shows up.
Not you. I can't. You know. Never mind. I don't mean you, miss. I mean my accomplice.
She slowly shrinks back into the downstairs deck. Illogical. Females.
In case you remember that scene from G1.
I don't.
I'll try and find a YouTube video of it. I can't find a GIF.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that one episode. Those females are taking energon.
Excuse me. Okay, so
From Cybertron.
okay, so the four women basically go back under the deck.
Sorry, ladies.
And one of the dudes on deck who is clearly like an alpha male jacked dude who's like 6'5" and is built like a wrestler.
Finally.
And is built
A
like
worthy adversary.
He basically says, "I understand what you are saying about women. I hate them. I hate them a lot." And so I fucked one. She liked it. I did not. Finally, a worthy opponent.
Hey, that's an interesting meme, but
Oh yes, both strongly built, and he's sexist. Our battle will be legendary. What's this?
So yeah, can you help us out? I mean, what's the shark arm dude's name?
Rhine.
All right, Ryan. Again, I apologize. If it makes you feel better, we can like throw him in the brig or something.
All right.
I'm trying to be friendly with you guys. I mean,
Okay, so by this time,
I don't want any.
okay, so by this time, the ship, passes, passes Bruno's location, and you cannot see him past a bunch of rocks. Hi, Dad. I love rocks.
what the fuck corner of YouTube have I stumbled upon? The day Sesame Street died?
Why the heck is her hat
What
just like doing her hat is doing that block swords thing?
Well, it's supposed to be a GIF, but it's not working.
It's working for me, but the hat is like flopping off her back like a black swords rectangle.
Yeah, it's working.
How
Yeah.
is Shopwrongs subjects that someone can make an 11-minute video on? How is there 11 minutes of content on that?
Anyways,
So, anyways,
back over to wait. Do you still have more to say about how much you hate women?
No, I was saying anyways, as in we continue.
Okay. So back over to Bruno. Um. So the so you're hiding behind a rock, a big old rock. As the big old fella land swims up towards the shore and lands on the shore. He sees the dinghy. He just kind of nudges it. He doesn't really destroy it or anything. He just kind of like kicks it so that it flips over. And then he looks around. Bruno, make a stealth check.
All right. Then let me pull up the character sheet. I'm gonna do something. Let's see. Stealth. That's Dex. I've got a +1 Dex. 15. Counting
Okay.
modifiers.
So that is higher than my roll of 2 of perception. So I'm pretty sure whatever your 15, whatever increases your 15 gets, it's higher than the 2.
+1.
Okay, so 16.
+1 in Dex.
Okay, so
No, I rolled a 14. I have a +1 in Dex.
Oh,
It's
okay.
15 counting modifiers.
So I'm sure that your 15 is higher than my 2. So he looks around. He looks at one rock. He walks away for a second, checks another rock, and he walks back over to the rock that he just looked at. Looks at it for about 4.5 minutes. Just kind of like looking at it, seeing if there's anything like around it. So he's surprisingly thorough with checking out the. Can you look what the rock is looking? Yep, that's pretty much what he's doing. He rolled a 2. Anyways, so he's just kind of looking at that rock. So now what, Bruno?
Right, so I've hidden successfully.
Yes.
I've got, of course, my
Can I like
Forward
yell
ready.
to
You're
prepared for
far
battle.
ahead of him. I mean, you can yell
So-
for him, but
I see that Taurus has not appeared to see me, but I also don't want to be seen by
yeah,
whoever's pursuing him now. So
yeah.
I will
In
continue
Bruno's
to hide.
Bruno does not know that Taurus is on the ship. Bruno still thinks that Taurus
You
is in the
mentioned
water. What?
All right, you mentioned that I saw him though.
You saw him jump into the water with a bird.
All right.
You did not see him go onto the ship.
Yeah. Well, I saw him. I don't know if he saw me. I don't want to be seen by whoever's following him. So I
All right.
continue to hide.
Okay, so you're still hiding. After about 6 minutes of looking at basically the same 3 rocks over and over again, really clumsily and stupidly, he eventually yells out, "Show yourself! I will level this entire area if I have to." So this is loud enough for you to hear this, Taurus.
Alright.
All the way over there.
All right. With that, I'm going to make a move to retreat deeper into the woodland. Are there any gullies?
Any what?
Any gullies?
Gollies.
Gullies. As in Gullies.
Alright.
Like shallow depressions in the ground. Like
Gollies. A ravine formed by
yeah.
the action of water. Ah, okay, yeah, I know what
Yeah.
these are.
like even something as shallow as a ditch.
Not nearby. But you
All right. Are there any that I can see though?
No. There's a bunch of rocks
All right.
nearby that are blocking your vision. But
Oh,
going
rocks?
yeah, some rocks and
Any large ones?
the one you
Any
were just
large enough for
hiding
me to?
behind. The one you were just hiding behind, but most of the immediate area is covered by sand with some trees like coming out from the occasional dirt patch.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to move deeper inland because I believe there is a forest there, and I'll seek to take some more cover in there. Because I
okay.
know they've got cannons, but I mean, you get yourself a large enough wall of stone, cannons fall not going
What
to do
the
anything.
hell? Run, run, run! What is going on with his arms and legs? Okay, so you run inlands.
Yeah, stealthily make my way inland.
Right. You
Go from cover to cover.
Yeah, your roll of 15 still applies here, and his roll of 2 still applies. So even if he hears something, he's gonna look at the same 3 rocks that he's been looking at, maybe even a 4th one if he's feeling really daring. But yeah, you run inland, stealth mode on. I affectionately refer to it as stealth mode. Okay. Alright, so you run inland. And then eventually, hey, look, there's a gully. You find a gully. Eventually,
Yep.
after running a little bit.
I'm gonna duck into it and use it as cover because
Quite literally duck.
earthworks are some of the best defense you can get against cannonballs. They absorb impacts very well.
Right. Okay. So you continue to hide.
I figure they can threaten to level the place, but they can't actually do it.
Right.
Especially not if I'm below the level of, ground level.
Okay.
If they want to come get me, they're going to have to come inland.
Okay. So the dude, after being pretty satisfied that there's probably no random human, hiding behind the rocks that he's been looking through, and yes, I know you're not a human. He does not know that.
Close enough.
Yeah. He look after he's satisfied with his search of the rocks. He starts thinking to himself, if I was a cowardly pussy human, what would I do if a big strong man like me was coming towards him? I'd probably shit my pants. And then he sniffs the air above him. What the fuck? What? No! No! So anyways. Okay. Okay, so going back to Taurus and the pirates. I'm assuming that at this point you continue to talk about how much girls suck with this really big dude who also apparently hates women and sex. I shit my pants. I shit my pants. Loves female humans? Or are you saying... Taurus, What were you saying?
Um,
Jarvis, unshit my pants.
well, so, are you guys gonna, like, try to kill me, or are we good?
No, we have nothing to gain by killing you. I can definitely tell Bruno off in the distance is yelling, "Then why the fuck did you shoot me? Shoot us."
I mean,
Non-canon, of course, but because you can't exactly hear this
I
conversation.
can't hear.
But anyways, he says, we have nothing really to gain by killing you. In fact, we would like you to willingly join us. He twitches a little when he says willingly. We'd like you to willingly join us. Join us.
Can you give me a description of the twitching? Like, does he do a eyebrow twitch, like an eye twitch?
Kind of a little bit of both. It's not very not a very big twitch, but it's definitely not subtle. Yeah. Yeah, willingly join our pirate crew, our kind of our beautiful band of willing pirates. There's currently 16 willing members right now. Twitch. We are awesome. We're beautiful. One of them yells, "We have sex with all the hot ladies, and they all want to fuck us, and they do." It's the big
Willingly,
chat
of course.
sexist dude. Yes, very
course,
twitch.
willingly.
Twitch. That's not a twitch. Oh, wait a minute.
Pretty sure it was streamed on Twitch.
Oh, hello. What was that? This is a Twitch. If it'll load.
So the pirate is just streaming on Twitch while he's trying to recruit Boris.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, I mean, I am currently, I have nowhere else to go, so, I mean, I guess I will gladly, willingly, Twitch, join your, band of pirates. And, of course, so do all my friends.
Willingly?
And, yes, willingly. And I'll make them apologize for, taking that guy's arm off.
And then the dude, the Rhine twitches his eyes a little bit. All right. So eventually, one of them says, I feel like I should have gotten some sort of communication from Jeffrey just now. Let me, does somebody have, like, a communication spell? One of the ladies who was under the deck, when Taurus was being sexist, lifted up and said, "Got one," and she has something on her palm, which radiates a little bit, and and the captain basically moves up towards her hand, like really freaking close, like, "Jeffrey. Hello, Jeffrey." And she's like, "Ew, you're getting spit on my..." "Shh, be quiet. Jeffrey, Can you hear me? All right. So, Bruno, on the island, while you're in a ditch, you can somewhat hear somebody saying, Who's there? Oh, hello, hello, Captain Nobeard.
So somebody nearby.
Yes, it's the same dude with the hawking voice.
All right.
Uh-huh.
How near?
Um about about 60 feet away. Not exactly, but from your distance you can kind of make out that distance from the sound.
All right.
Hello. Oh, hi, Captain Nobeard. Back over at Taurus. Can you please find that dude, please? What do you mean you can't find him? Are you dense? It's a human. What the fuck? Isaac, do you not realize the irony here? Anyways.
No.
Oh, hello, Tylenol.
Hello.
All right,
He's
so if
definitely not very good at ironing.
all right, anyways.
So you want me to go find him, basically?
Hang on a second. I'm on the phone. No, I was talking to the kid. No, not the bird. The whatever. Yeah, I get it. Okay, Captain, my hand's getting really.
Yeah, I would hear both ends of the conversation, right?
Yeah, you would
Alright.
you would not hear the both ends of the conversation. You only
Alright.
hear you would only hear the dude just talking like, kid. You mean like the bird? What just happened? Oh. Oh, but okay. You're just talking to. Okay, cool. Well, I wish I could. He's just a really good. Can I get a bit of backup? I'm not exactly good at locating people. Oh, hey, here's a. I think I found a. What do you call them? A ravine? I'm gonna check out this ravine. This is a really cool looking ravine. And found him. Bruno, you noticed that he spotted you.
Yeah. Alright.
Never mind on that.
I think I'm
I got sights on him. Yeah, I know how
Okay,
stupid it is. I can probably over.
yeah.
What?
At the point he started talking about the ravine, that's about the point where I think be pretty rational in assuming this is probably one of the guys from that this is the guy from the pirate ship that was tailing me and looking at the rocks and all that.
Yeah.
And I would
Let
have
me
been
talk to him.
prepping spiritual weapon.
Okay. Yeah.
So casting spiritual weapon. Let me pull up.
Okay, so
in
Taurus,
notes.
you start swimming in his direction while he's on the phone, while he's on the hand phone. Taurus. Taurus.
He may have had a Wi-Fi hiccup.
Oh, okay.
Or he could have gotten pulled away by something else.
Oh, that's okay. Well, continuing
All
with
right.
Bruno.
All right, so I would have, yeah. So once he started
Happened.
mentioning the ravine, this actually tracks with what would have happened. I would have come out of hiding to locate him because I probably wouldn't be able to locate him very easily while being in hiding. Come out of hiding to locate him, use bonus action to cast spiritual weapon uh behind him.
Let me talk to him.
Because you mentioned that um that he was he was about 60 feet away, and I'm assuming he's gotten closer since then.
Yes.
Yeah, range on spiritual weapon is 60 feet, so I can cast it behind him.
Okay, cool.
When you and Isaac are coming playing with the
Okay,
baby,
so Taurus, you said that you want to go swimming after him?
I did, but
I want to.
can I like talk to the guy through the phone, or talk to Bruno through the phone?
I mean, you can
You're like-
you can ask the captain.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're asking, he's like, shh, shh, I'm talking on the phone, you dick.
All right, so yeah,
All right, what were you saying? You said you found him? Okay, that's good. Yeah,
I'd
okay.
cast spiritual weapon behind him. I'd say
You said that out loud,
make
you
it-
dick. He's probably trying to
Let's make
attack
it a-
you.
let's make
What?
it a warhammer.
A warhammer.
Yeah,
What?
spiritual weapon can take whichever form I like.
What? You say that again, Bruno.
Spiritual weapon can take whatever form I like. Let's make it a warhammer this time.
Okay.
And let's see. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. I'm assuming he's within 5 feet, because I cast it behind him. On a hit, the target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus spell casting ability modifier.
Okay, so right.
Don't kill it.
So the
Would I get to do that, or right away, or should we roll initiative first?
yeah, you can do that as a bit of a surprise attack. As like the
All right.
splits.
Kill the man.
Okay, he doesn't know this yet. So the dude
Why did
right
Bruno though?
the dude right before you hit him basically said, "Huh? What do you mean?" And then gets like bashed over the head. So make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Attack roll with disadvantage.
Yes, with advantage, not
All right.
disadvantage.
Advantage. All right. All right. This is a spell attack roll, which means I'm guessing add my wisdom and then spell casting attack bonus.
Yeah.
To it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Advantage. Let's see. Counting wisdom and spell attack bonus. That's. Let me do some math here real quick. A 21 for the first roll, and the second roll a 23.
Okay.
So either way, over 20 in both cases.
All right. So you rolled a 20.
21 and a 23.
Okay, so that is a hit.
All right, and the damage is. Let me check this. 1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier. I didn't specify which level I cast the spell at. Let me check my character sheet. It would have been 2, so I can't upcast it.
Right.
And I've got to make 1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier. Where's my d8? All right. That is 6. Was my spellcasting ability modifier? All right. So that is a 9 total
Okay, so you dealt
damage.
9 damage.
Yep.
Okay. So where is it hitting him?
Back of the head, ideally.
Okay. So hitting that hard.
9 damage to the back of the head with a spiritual warhammer.
All right. So at that point, I'm with that much damage in comparison to his hit points, I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Wow.
Taurus absolutely losing.
What?
Gonna get me killed.
Okay. Rolled an 11. So he is knocked out. He is not at 0 hit points knocked out. He is just knocked unconscious by the bludgeoning.
All right. I see this, and I'll approach him.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's still got his magic transmitter up, which I would have heard about, so I'm gonna be looking for that.
Yeah. You trying to fuck me, dude?
Gonna get me killed.
Yeah. So
Keep in mind, Bruno does not know the same. Bruno does not know what you
Yeah.
know. This is just a dude who's
I mean, even. Yeah, I'm assuming this is one of the guys from the ship that tried to sink us earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm probably right, too. About that. But. Anyways. I'm keeping spiritual weapon around. Is the magic cell phone, is that an artifact or an actual spell?
It seems to be like a it seems to be like an artifact of some sorts that's like attached to his hand.
So I can assume that the connection would still be active as I pick it up and examine it.
Yeah.
All right.
So you lift it and you hear somebody yelling on the other side. What? No, stop! Don't do that. And he's you hear somebody yelling on the other side. What are you doing? Don't. Why are you saying that kind of shit out loud? Are you stupid?
I'm going to not respond at the moment and start patting down this guy, so you can consider me looting him at the moment.
Okay.
Seeing if I find anything useful there and seeing if I can't define anything as to his identity.
All right.
Can I like try again to tell the captain to let me talk to the dude because I know the guy they're after?
Well, do you know
that
it's the guy? Yeah. Does Taurus know that or?
Oh, really? You
No, it's
yeah,
you.
yes, he knows that it is. He knows that it is Bruno.
All right.
So, in my mind, I'm trying to get the guy to try to communicate with you, but I don't know that you knocked him upside the head.
Knocked him up.
I don't know.
Knocked him. That's the wrong choice of words. Knocked him out, Isaac. Knocked him out. Not knocked him up.
Upside the head. I
Totally
don't know
the
what
right
else
word.
you're gonna do with the body.
Knocked him up means I got him pregnant. Like,
Hang on, there has to be a GIF on this
seriously.
wrong choice of words.
Bruno is a virgin. He is not capable of just finding a random, I'm presuming, male pirate and then just getting him pregnant in so quickly he doesn't even realize it happened. Anyways, so I'm looting this guy.
What the? Okay. So you're looting this guy? Okay. Make an investigation check.
Probably. All right.
Trying to save everybody.
Investigation. That is intelligence. I've got a +0 in that. So 3. I roll a 3.
Okay. You roll a 3.
Yeah.
All right. So the immediate contents on his body is some leather armor and a crossbow with 38 basic bolts, arrow bolts.
I'm gonna grab that crossbow and those boots.
All right. Oh God, what now, Isaac? Captain. Okay.
I'm trying to get a hold of the captain, but he keeps calling me a dick.
Boom, pregnant. Oh, okay. There you've not. There he's not. She's knocked up. Okay, so anyways, wow. Now, wow, Bruno. Now who's the real sexist? I guess
Not
it's still.
necessarily sexist.
I guess it's.
that's not sex.
I guess it's still
What
the
is going on?
Okay, I said 38.
According to
bolts.
Isaac, I knocked a guy up with
Straight
so
ahead.
fast he didn't even
Okay.
know it was happening.
38 bolts, Bruno, not 30.
38?
Yes.
Some guy up the head.
Okay.
Jared being disappointed. All right, so I'm assuming the other dude is still screaming through this thing. What's he saying?
So he said. So on the other side, he's saying what?
Surely he would have.
Yeah.
Surely he would have realized by now that the other guy is not responding.
Not quite. He's still yelling like, I swear, if you actually go to him, he's probably going to defend himself and knock you upside the head or something, or maybe even knock you up. Do you want that? Do you want to get knocked out by some human?
Phrasing.
No, I don't even know. I don't even know your. I don't remember your name, and I'm not giving you this thing. Stop asking me.
I
Dick.
finally
Phrasing.
I finally get tired of listening to this guy ramble through the transmitter, so I grab the guy's arm and lift it up, and I go, consider him knocked up. If you want me, you're gonna have to come and get me yourself.
Okay, so
and then
on
of
on
course,
the other side, Taurus, you vaguely
detach the artifact
okay.
if possible.
All right, Taurus. On the other side, you hear you vaguely hear quietly through the through a transmitter on the dude's ear, what Bruno just said. Like, consider him knocked up.
Bruno!
So, oh yeah, and I'm sure in that context that basically means I freaking killed him and probably put a baby inside of your subordinate.
Oh yeah. I'm taking the armor as well. So this guy's gonna wake up naked.
I mean, that's what happens after you knock him up.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yep.
It's a good day to be alive. Okay. Manchester United.
Bruno.
What the? Is that Jim Carrey?
No, I think that's Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, that's Jake Gyllenhaal.
I don't want to look directly at him. Okay, so anyway.
I mean, that's how he's going
Anyways.
to be coming back to the ship.
I'm
All right. So
after this, I'm going to. Oh, also, I should probably add that arcane communication device to my inventory. I'm going to head further inland,
Okay.
taking care to cover my tracks as I go. Do I need to roll a survival or a stealth check for that?
Yeah, but before that, Taurus, you just heard Bruno on that line, and the captain basically said, "Is that your," and he once again air quotes really dramatically and slowly, "accomplice."
Just a friend.
Your
Let me
friend.
go after him and I'll
Okay.
bring him back.
Roll.
Okay. Why don't you talk to him, you dingus?
Captain, I've been trying to tell you that the entire time.
No, you haven't.
Because he went up and he knocked up your friend. I told you he would do that. But you called me a dick.
He proceeds to stand up, and he doesn't tower over you. He's actually about an inch shorter than you. And he goes up to you and says, "One more word out of you, you're walking the plank." He then storms downstairs. And
He told me to talk to him.
What?
Captain, you just told me to talk to him. So you're kind of giving me mixed signals here.
He doesn't hear you. He's already downstairs. And the woman's like, "Oh no. Does this mean that you're going to be talking to my hand as well?"
Yes, ma'am. Seems to be the case.
All right. So while you're communicating, the way I did it was basically I started like talking into my own hand to give like an audible effect like this. Basically, let me post to the memes board.
Bruno.
Okay, so you hear something from the guy's ear, like a piece on his ear. So Bruno hears something from the ear of the guy. There's like an earpiece. But you can vaguely hear Taurus's voice. Pirate mere seconds after locating Bruno, he will wake up naked and knocked up. Oh god.
Bruno, where are you?
Okay, you hear and
Bruno.
okay. Ew, stop it. You're spitting on my hand. And you're sexist.
Ma'am, I'm not sexist. That is wrong. And being wrong is for women.
That's my lie.
Jeez.
Nice, Michael in the background.
Michael, I've been saying that before you have.
No, I've been saying it at school.
I've been saying it for years.
Well, it's a terrible place to say that.
Just so we're clear, I'm not
a
affiliated with any of their
I make a mental
approvals.
note that Taurus must have been captured by the pirates, but I don't reply back because I'm starting to formulate a plan and I don't want to jeopardize it.
Bruno, I'm their friends.
You don't know that I'm thinking this way, Taurus. Don't act out of character.
Okay.
Bruno, I made an alliance with them. Please don't knock up anymore.
Okay, so are you putting on the
To be
earpiece?
fair, you
or are
don't
just
know if
keeping it
I'm
on his
listening
ear?
at this point. At this point in time, I've put it in my pocket.
Well,
Okay.
I know that you had knocked him up, at least, because knowing you would have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you were by the body,
Yeah, Bruno.
because, well, you had to go to the body.
Bruno proceeds to disagree whilst taking Tylenol's pants and. Oh no, I don't want to finish that sentence.
What?
I am steadily growing a collection of people's clothes.
Oh yes. That does seem to be the trend with Bruno. Hey, at least now you can prove that you're not like a pervert or anything. Because that was kind of an awkward joke.
Or at least I'm an equal opportunity pervert.
People just.
Okay, so anyways. So so now you are Taurus, you are ways away from the island, and you see that there's a dinghy coming towards you, like a small little dinghy, off in the distance, coming away from a different island entirely, from either of the islands, and I'm sure at this point you're probably thinking to yourself, man, how many islands are in this place? Going back over to Tylenol and Vikarus, you while sailing off in your while oaring off on your in your dinghy, you spot a ship. Now, Tylenol, you probably recognize this ship. Vikarus probably does not. I do seem to recall the last time you saw this ship, it fired a cannonball over your head, Tylenol. and your first response is, I wish for it to hit Taurus.
Oh. Okay.
So, okay. So, Vikarus and Tylenol, you both see a ship off in the distance. What is your, what is your response? Vikwarus?
I didn't know how to spell it, so I'm.
Dude, I want to be a pirate.
Alright. Okay, so Ryan, Ryan looks ahead and sees a dinghy and like, are those your accomplices? Again, doing air quotes.
I'm assuming. I mean, you can just, I don't, care about the elf lady as much, so, I mean, I prefer her not to have, be careful. She has spiders.
Alright.
And I'm pretty sure she's, a lesbian. What's wrong with lesbians?
What's a...
Was that a muffled Jared saying, I'm not a lesbian?
No, that's Michael saying, what's wrong with lesbians?
I'm fine with lesbians. I'm not fine with gays.
Lesbian is a
Lesbians
gay
are
person.
gay, Michael.
Also,
Somebody gonna tell him?
that's wrong on so many levels as well.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because that was just such a ridiculous statement. That's all.
No, I understand.
Michael, it's the same thing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't want to be having this talk with you on YouTube. So shut up.
And Xavier will probably cut it.
Anyways,
You also said you wouldn't talk.
Anyways, ignoring you, Ryan kind of squints forward and says, oh, "It's those guys. Those are your accomplices,
my only other
right?"
accomplices.
Okay. He asks Taurus, while walking up to him, "Those are your accomplices, right? Look ahead."
Yeah, that looks like them.
He then looks at the dinghy, looks at you, looks back at the dinghy, and then looks at you and punches you with his arm.
Can I parry or block?
You can make
Probably roll a save.
You can make a dexterity saving throw to like catch his hand Dragon Ball Z style.
Okay. Come on, baby. You haven't given me any good rolls. Give me a good roll now. This is gonna be so bad, donkey. 7.
Okay, so you
Add
get
your modifiers. What's your dexterity modifier? And do you have proficiency with it?
Uno momento. Let me grab my character sheet. All right. Dexterity is 15 plus 2.
Yeah. That's +2 then, so that's a 9 at least. Do you have proficiency in it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Does it say there? There should be a section next to it that's labeled saving throws. Is
Yeah, this
dexterity
plus 5
marked in
save.
there?
okay.
Is dexterity one of the things marked
No,
in that section?
he is not
Says
proficient.
plus 5.
He is not proficient with dexterity.
It says plus 5.
No.
Okay,
It's a
that's
+2.
strength. You're proficient with strength, not dexterity.
Oh, wait, this isn't mine. This isn't my character sheet. This is Xavier. I think I have your folder.
Oh. Oh.
Um,
Oh. Huh.
so I grabbed
Don't look in the
Link.
section that says homework.
Holmes feather.
No, it does not say homework, Bruno.
I see. That looks more like my handwriting.
That's right. You are
Yeah,
an
that's-
adult now. It just says
Okay.
work.
So you rolled a 7, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you got okay, so that's a 9. As opposed to my roll, which was a let's see, a 23.
Motherfricker.
So so you get punched and your head hits the ground and you're like, "Wah!" And then he walks downstairs and into the lower deck.
Can I like do something? Wait, could I technically use Blade Ward to have warded that off?
Is it a
Pretty sure
reaction?
that's just
Says cantrips for my Eldritch
Let me look
Knight.
at it.
Let's look it up.
Blade Ward BD5E Wikidot.
Blade Ward.
One action. One action.
Hi, Thomas. Would you like to speak into the mic? Nope, he's just rubbing against it. Okay. No, it's
Blade
not a
Ward just
reaction.
gives resistance to damage.
Okay. So, so I'm afraid not. You just get punched and hit the ground with your nose bleeding, and he just walks away.
But how about I throw some acid at him?
It's not like it would have done anything anyways, because Blade Ward just gives you resistance to damage.
Yeah.
And since Xavier didn't actually give you any damage from that,
Yeah.
it would have done nothing.
Anyways, we could probably leave off here.
I want to throw some acid at that motherfucker.
He's already downstairs.
Just show him that I'm not playing.
He's already fucked off, man.
I want to throw the acid at his feet. That way it melts it. Then he gets stuck in the boards.
Probably not what would happen, but he probably would fall through the floor at least.
All right, so you throw acid.
Oh, I've got an idea. Do you have
Okay.
fire?
Wait.
No, I don't have fire. I have acid.
Okay, so
That's a shame.
so you want to you throw an acid splash at him?
Yeah, and add it more like at his feet. That way it doesn't actually, do damage to him. But I want to melt the boards so that way he falls through and hopefully gets stuck.
Okay. So you do that, and it corrodes pretty quickly. He walks on as he's kind of like comically floating in midair as it corrodes under him, and then he looks at you with like worried puppy doll eyes, and like, and then he falls with his eyes like in place, and then falling with him, like a cartoon. Okay. So anyways, Tylenol and Vicaroos, there is the large ship is still coming towards you. And you realize as it closes in on your location, if you don't do something quickly, it's going to shatter your vessel.
Wait, it shouldn't,
It will,
because it should only melt.
My guess is you must have. My guess is you must have melted, one of the central beams of the ship. So now its structural integrity is compromised, and the next time it hits a wave, it's going to start disintegrating. If that's the case.
No, towards Tylenol and Vicaroo's vessel, and it's going
The
to
actual
destroy it.
vessel is. All right. So did they shoot? Actually,
No, they're not. They're not shooting. They're moving towards him, and their
I
ship is
apologize.
larger.
You were cutting out for a second.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better now?
Okay,
All right.
You're cutting out a bunch. Did he fall completely through or get stuck?
Hang on. Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, better.
Okay.
So their ship is moving towards Tylenol and Vacuum Dude's dinghy.
Yes. Yes, they are. Yes, and also yes,
All right.
Taurus. He fell right into the lower deck. The acid did not destroy any of the structural integrity, just the spot underneath his feet.
So then the ship's.
Yes, the ship is fine. It's just moving towards Tylenol and Vicaroos, and it's going to destroy their ship. Not with a cannonball, but with just the hull of it, because it's much bigger than their dinghy.
Well, fortunately, if it's a ship, it should, especially if it's a large ship, it'll probably take a while to move. And especially if Tylenol and Vicaroos only just appeared. They should have plenty of time for evasive action.
They've been moving for a little while now, so they're about to collide.
Yeah. Yeah, they.
Tylenol,
Yeah, they'd have
Vicaroos.
to, like.
I run over to the bow, and I yell to them to jump off,
Okay.
and then I throw a ladder down so they can get on.
Tylenol, Vicaroos.
What?
You're
Just
about to
finally
die.
our
Do something about it.
Okay, I will not die.
Don't die.
Good advice. You're about to get run over. You're about to get run through by a big ass ship, and it's going to destroy the boat that you're in. How?
Tell the ship not to do that.
Over to the bow, and I yell to them, "Get the frick off the dinghy, and I'll throw a ladder down so you guys can get on."
You hear this completely and utterly clearly, as well as you possibly can, to not die, and this is how you not die. It is canon. You do not. Your ears are not plugged. You can hear it perfectly.
All right,
Okay,
don't
so
die.
we don't die.
What the?
Is shoot.
I
Random question.
understood.
Where's Desmond right now?
Um, you do not currently know that.
I see.
For all you know, probably dead. I may
So
have
we
to
need
jump
to
ship.
find.
All right. Do you do what Taurus requested you to do? Like saying "don't die" is not a very good answer.
I thought that's a great answer.
Okay, you proceed
Good
to jump.
answer. Good
Okay,
answer.
you proceed to jump off the boat, and Taurus lowers a ladder, and you go up into the ladder, and now you're on the ship with a bunch of scary-looking pirate dudes. Luckily, you do not see the Goliath that was on the ship. Otherwise, you'd probably freak out. But I think I want to leave off the episode here. Is that a good
Great.
stopping
Y'all
place?
bungled my plan.
Why? What plan?
Oh. I was planning to try and draw them off their ship, which is their main advantage, and into the woods where they'd have to spread out to actually catch me.
Right, well,
And I could start picking them off one by one and give Taurus the chance to pick them off too.
alright.
But it looks like you're about to start combat on the ship, so
Well, no, this is... basically just described how Taurus got on the ship, so there's no indication that combat is about to start. At least not at the moment.
after Taurus melted a hole in their ship,
It's.
put their captain through the floor.
I don't think he was the captain.
No, Ryan, there was no indication that Ryan was the captain.
Yeah,
Ryan?
Ryan wasn't the captain. The captain already
Yeah.
went downstairs.
Yes, Jared, Ryan from Taco Bell.
Yep.
I want Taco Bell.
When
He's
did he
got
join?
he's got shark arms now.
Someone needs to bring me Taco Bell.
I don't have a car.
No, you'll probably fall asleep.
No, not with Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is pretty tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, those beef burritos. Nacho fries.
I had 4
I do like-
earlier. I have to use
I do
Isaac,
like the
you
nacho
expansion.
fries.
Isaac,
Have
the
you ever
beef
tried the
burritos were
Cantina double
discontinued
chicken
like
burrito?
years ago.
Yeah. I'll put
Try
the
the Cantina
to
double
be
chicken burrito.
continued
It is
here.
delightful.
What's our time frame on this? 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 12 seconds. This is a good session. 5 seconds after Taco
Also,
Bell.
would I have? All right. What experience would I have gotten from bashing that guy?
Well, you didn't kill him, so you
There
don't
surely
get
must be
any full
some.
experience. You don't. I guess you could say you defeated him, but
He
I'll
was
give
certainly
you.
defeated.
Yeah, I'll give you. I will give you 175 experience points. Definitely
Works for me.
was not a goblin fight experience. And for your
175, you said?
victory of, and for your victory against Ryan from Taco Bell, Taurus, you get wait, how much experience did you guys get when you ripped off the arm? You guys got like 400 something experience. Taurus, you get 500 experience.
Let's go.
All right. You said plus 175.
Yes.
All right.
Taurus,
that's
you get 500
36,
experience
90.
points.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. And Bruno gets 175, so that puts you at 40. That puts you at 3,540. Is that correct?
Let me check.
Or
One sec.
Oh my goodness.
Where is experience points?
It should be at
it's
the top of the
up
page.
top.
I have 200 or 2,997 currently.
Yeah, so just add 500 to that.
Oh, 1 second.
Okay.
Let me go get a pencil.
Who's doing Duolingo?
Yeah, I heard that too.
I think it was just a notification.
I mean, I
it came
do
from my
it.
phone. I was not on Duolingo. Oh, was that you, Dad?
No, I wasn't doing it at this present time, but
Okay, no, it came
I
from my phone.
do.
It came from my phone. I do not like that at all. I don't know. Let's focus in on the butt. The too much Taco Bell. That sounded weird. There we go. That's more appropriate.
Oh boy, I sure do love Taco Bell. I sure hope somebody named Ryan doesn't work here.
All right. So, man, I think that means that puts both Bruno and Taurus ahead of Vikaruz and no wait, no, Vikaruz has 3,950 experience points. And
I'm at
Tylenol
3690
has
currently.
3,829. So actually both of them are still ahead of you two. You guys are just using
Yeah.
these to catch you up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think this
Alright,
is
y'all better watch out. Now it looks like you're starting to get in this combat situation without me.
yeah.
I'll just burn a hole in their soul.
All right. But yeah, I think
Well,
I
if
think
you
this.
do burn their ship, there'll cease to be a oceanic threat. So,
All right. This seems like.
which is their main
What?
problem with them.
All right. This seemed like a very productive episode, I would say, where everybody got to do stuff.
Bruno became a father.
It's just unfortunate that the first 30 minutes of it was just Tylenol and Vikaruz figuring out, how do I play this? How do I speak? What do I do here?
Man, shut up.
Have you tried getting good?
All right, later.
All right, love you, Dad.
Love you.
Bye, Dad.
Hi, children.
I got crap, so I'll be
Bye,
back.
father.
Same.
I won't be back.
All right, bye-bye. I am going to
Bye-bye.
hit the stop recording button now.
I really need to pee now, so I'm going.